who's waiting by. Bull versus bear on Vodafone Idea. Well, it's been a stock and a story which has played out in so many ways. Gone up, come back off, given returns, disappointed. Rucha's here with all of that. The bull versus bear.
Well, thank you so much, Harsh. So yes, as you rightly mentioned, Vodafone has been a very volatile stock, down about 54% in last 1 year. But let's look at the bull and bear case, which we have jotted down. Moving on to the bull case. Number one, bank guarantee waiver on old spectrum dues. This is one of the most important things for Vodafone Idea because it has around 44,000 crore in spectrum dues to be paid. So waiver of bank guarantee over here is a big positive for Vodafone Idea. In fact, Citi has also come out with a note reiterating a 75% upside just because of this one point. However, on the other side, the bear case over here is that the Supreme Court a few months back rejected the plea of telecom companies wherein they had proposed for a recalculation of AGR dues. These AGR dues are currently calculated based on telecom as well as non-telecom revenues, but the telecom companies had proposed to exclude the non-telecom revenue over here, which was rejected by the Supreme Court, and all of this will in turn lead to higher dues payable to the government. This is the first case. Moving on to the second case, bull case over here is that the possibility of government converting Vodafone's dues into equity. This is one of the biggest positives that could play out in the favor of Vodafone Idea. Even Citi reiterated this note, this point in the note today. However, the bear case over here is that this is one of the biggest assumptions of Vodafone Idea going ahead. The management had mentioned in the conference call that this is the point which they are relying on. So if this doesn't happen, this will be very bad for the company. Moving on to the third point over here, there's a lot of government support in terms of external capacity expansion, 5G coverage, and also tariff hikes over here. In last 2 to 3 months, we have seen how tariff hikes has impacted the market share of different players. But the bear side over here is, even though when telecom companies like Vodafone Idea, Bharti Airtel undertakes tariff hikes, people are very highly price sensitive, the consumers actually, and therefore they shift to BSNL and MTNL, the companies which have not taken the tariff hikes over here. In last 2 months data, we see that the market share over here for BSNL and MTNL is increasing just because of that. And last case, looking at the analyst coverage on the on Bloomberg, we see that there are 4 buy calls with a target price of 7.91, implying largely a flat kind of return potential over here, but the consensus opinion is skewed towards the bearish side with 13 sell calls over here and 5 holds. So this is all in all a brief picture of how Vodafone Idea can do in terms of bear as well as bull case.
Okay, thank you so much, Rucha, for that. Really summing it up well for us. Aditya Agarwala, what's the sense with regard to Vodafone on charts?
A very tough call to make, Harsh, because stock has constantly been making lower highs, lower lows. There could be an intermediate pop. I don't deny that. Looking at the chart setup, looks like stock can head to levels of 11 rupees, 11.5 rupees. But again, to say that the trend has reversed and stock will go to 20 rupees or maybe say 18 rupees from here on is a difficult call to make. But yes, at current levels, if you're a brave heart, you are okay taking that kind of a risk into your portfolio. Maybe you can buy at current levels and look for a target of 11.5. On the downside, maybe 6.5 can be a stop loss.
Aditya Shah, would you at all allocate any component of your portfolio in Vodafone Idea?
Harsh, definitely not. I believe that the road is very, very difficult for Vodafone Idea from here on. Vodafone Idea will survive only if they get an anchor investor, a big investor, who is willing to spend a lot of money to turn around the fortunes of Vodafone Idea. Mind you, Vodafone Idea is competing with somebody who has deep pockets in Reliance and who has deep pockets again in Bharti Airtel, where they have got a lot of experience and very loyal customers per se. So in my opinion, whatever Vodafone Idea is doing is just to survive. Vodafone Idea right now is not concentrating on expanding its services, on improving the quality of services, and ebbing the subscriber loss that the company has been facing continuously over the last 48 quarters. So in my opinion, only highly risky investors who would like to risk their money can invest here. normal investors should particularly stay away from this company.
Well, you know what? And you can very well argue that history is and data is there to see. At 12 rupees, there were some QIPs, etc. was done. The stock is at 8 currently, whereas at the same time, Bharti Airtel has done much, much better. So there's no argument against that. Though there are a few interesting stocks which have some near-term triggers. And